All right, I'm not going to play any music. Hey, y'all, good afternoon. So, I needed to come and discuss some things because my surroundings are probably going to look different. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of told to not discuss it because of certain people on here, but I'm grown. I run a business and I can discuss whatever I want to discuss, honestly. I need to break the ice on it because I'm pretty sure that a lot of y'all have an intuition of something going on. Yeah, something's definitely going on. What am I doing right now? Right now, what I'm doing is I'm gathering up herbs for these two rituals that I'm about to do. And one of them I can do right now, but I'm trying to put things away and stuff. And so I thought I would come and discuss this with you guys. This is for the people that care about me, the people that come to the videos. You may not necessarily watch live because, there's some people that have all exclusive front row seats. They're like the first ones here. My haters like to show up before my supporters. And of course, I have supporters behind the scenes that already know what's going on. All of my family, my spiritual family, who are a part of my spirit team and everything. Okay. So I'm pulling out the rest of these herbs because I'm going to have a lot of different herbs that I'm using for that ritual that I'm showing y'all a little bit later. I'm not going to divulge a lot of the legal details because there is a pending lawsuit against my landlord. And I just want to say this first of all. I do not bring about frivolous lawsuits against people, but my landlord is Slumlord, Bumlord, is getting sued for emotional damage, all kind of stuff. Like I'm literally, yeah, and I already, I don't know if he thought I was a bum like him, but the lawsuit has already begun and I have not even moved and I am pissed. I've been and you know what? If I could buy this house right now, I would. Part of the reason why I'm so angry at my landlord is because this is a beautiful home. It has a beautiful spirit. And this landlord has done nothing but neglected this property. And I'm so irritated with it. I am. I'm really irritated with it that I wanted to come and talk about it because I know that a lot of you guys probably have some kind of intuition that something is going on. And it really is. So there's no hate involved. It's just a lot of disappointment with the way that they've handled things. And, here's what I want to say, if you're going to be a landlord, because I'm not buying this house, everybody knows I'm renting. If you're going to be a landlord, please be prepared to be able to reasonably accommodate your tenants. Please. Don't just be moving people in, collecting rent, and thinking, oh, this is totally fine. Quit trying to blame people. A lot of these landlords, some of them, not all of them, because, um, renting a house should not ruin your life. I have been battling for 2 years now. And so I'm just going to start off like this. When I first moved into this, first of all, this house has been through seemingly four different management companies, which It's kind of crazy that this house has been through 4 different management companies. I know who the owners are. The owners are some corporation or something. So what people can do is they can get a LLC. Anybody can get a LLC and become a landlord. Anybody can. But I think you have to be an extremely responsible person. So this is why I have to take this landlord to court. Down here in Georgia, y'all, let me just tell you, hey sis, down here in Georgia, it seems like there are a lot of scamocious people over here in Georgia. And so I am in a position to where I can choose because my landlord is like really trying to fucking hate on me. And so that's why I have a pending case of my own. So here's the deal. I bet you he's too ornery. They are too ornery to even allow me to buy this house because, first of all, I love my house. Like the house within itself, it's got a beautiful spirit. And I can't stand it when landlords have a place and they don't take care of it. Here's my issue. Here's my issue. You know, no matter how junky your tenants are, okay? And I'm not a junky person. I do have certain things like I need to get a bunch of boxes and stuff out of the garage and shit. But like I'm not a junky tenant and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's been several things that have been going on since I've moved in here, and I have been very patient. I have been very nice. I have been so nice. And you know what? I am tired of being a nice person and being fucking taken advantage of. I am so sick of that. So, we're going to throw away all of the problems that I've been having in social media because that has nothing to do with what's going on between me and my landlord. I'm not some crazy bitch. Regardless to if people have problems with people, people have beefs with people have issues that has nothing to do with it. So let's separate the whole thing. Uh, and that's we're not going to give anybody an excuse. Nobody cursed me and it led to my landlord being fucked up. There's no way that I would be investing in real estate and make an excuse and say, oh, well, it's because my tenant got cursed by some people online that don't like her and that. No, you need to be on point and taking care of your property. Okay? You need to be on point and take care of your property if you are a landlord. Period. So you can't sit well, she's having all these problems. So what? You're gonna add to those problems? So the first management company, they were amazing. The very first management company, I wish that they would have kept them. A management company, though, they have every right to say, hey, listen, I can see that the tenant is reporting things and you're not approving the repairs. We're dropping you as a client. I bet you they've gotten dropped from these management companies that don't want to deal with them. So now the owners, the whole thing is like, it's adding up, right? So I'm going to start from the beginning. We were fine probably about the first year until I don't know if it took the animals a year because I have to gather up all of my evidence of all of this, but I don't know if it took them a year to eat through the attic wall or what the deal was, but it seems like since we've moved in, the upstairs is extra cold in the winter, which is weird because the upstairs should be warmer because heat rises. Well, there's a big ass hole somewhere in the attic. And as a tenant, I'm a, you know, it's not my job to go up there and investigate this stuff. So shortly after moving in, right? I mean, I was fine, rocking and rolling. Y'all can even go back and look at all my videos, this video evidence, rocking and rolling, running my business, and everything was fine. Then it was discovered that there's two main holes in this house. One is over next to the fireplace outside. So the rodents have like they and uh, from what the experts have talked to me about, because I'm the one that's actually at the property when they send these people here, and there was a very smart guy that I talked to back in 2021 who told me about what the problem was. He said there's two issues that you have here. The raccoons have eaten through the attic, and then you also have an access hole next to your fireplace. So this is how they are getting into the house, but the owners are going to have to cut the trees. This is where the issue first started. I'd have to go back. I think it was probably like maybe, oh my God, August of 2020, I think, or it may have been, because I'm gonna have all my dates together because of course all of this stuff is documented because I don't play that crap. I don't just move into a place and just not document it. Now, a lot of the documentation had gotten lost because the first management company, you know how they will have like and it's probably email confirmations that I got, so I just got to dig and I'll find the very first time that I reported hearing something in the attic. I mean, what it sounded like it was a person living up there. I was almost There was a couple of times where I was like, damn, is it a person up there? Anyway, I'm hearing this stuff up in the attic. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what is it? I'm thinking that it's something up there. I'm thinking that it was some kind of rodent up in the attic. We were not seeing rodents in the house, right? At that point, I was hearing something that sounded like it was at least 150 pounds up in the attic. And it got worse and worse. So I'm reporting it. I'm reporting it. And keep in mind, that this is all during the COVID pandemic. And so that shouldn't have been an excuse. But hey, okay. Not that that's an excuse, but it was kind of like that air of, oh, it was during the time where we were being told to stay in the house, right? And so this is where a lot of landlords, y'all gonna have to be careful because tenants are not stupid. During that time, was it a lock-in or something, sis? EQ, was it a lock-in? It was a time when it was like literally you couldn't even leave the house. So I know that was during the time that this damn raccoon showed up. However, when I initially reported it to them, it was not attended to, or actually nothing was done about it until a year later. One whole year of me hearing this big ass thing up in the attic. At that point, after, during that first year, I knew what it was because they did manage to send somebody out here. Of course, everybody was wearing masks back then. During this time, I have the memory of an elephant. I don't forget nothing. The guy goes up in the attic. It was a white guy. He goes up there and he has like on he flashes his flashlight and he comes back down and he says, "Oh shit." He may not have said "oh shit," but he was just like, "There's a raccoon up there. There's a family of raccoons in your attic." And he was like, "I cannot do anything about that. I have to there actually has to be a wildlife specialist that has to come out and tend to that." Okay. I'm like, what the hell? So it's obvious, right? Like the trees were overgrown. So that got addressed by the second management company. The second management company, I have the correspondence between myself and that management company where I am, they are setting up an appointment. They're telling me to take pictures. I have pictures of this of where the tree limbs were like overgrown, and that was kind of like their, understanding of why these rodents were getting into the house, because they were coming along the trees. You have to get the trees trimmed around your house or you may have that problem. Okay. So there was at least another month or so that went by. It was about a month or so that went by. Keep in mind, I had already been waiting for like 6 months to a year. Oh, I think my package is here, y'all. My salt. I got some more of that Mexican sea salt. That was only $3. I'm gonna have to link y'all the seller. Yeah, my salt is here, y'all, because I'm gonna have to use a lot of salt, uh, not just for my workings, but for my clients and for a lot of other stuff. Hey, can you get her, please? This little girl, you were just a little fluffy little one, and you always sniffling. Here, baby. Are you here? Get her. Get your little sister. There you go. Okay. So it was at least another month that went by, right? It was at least another month that went by. Somebody had came out here, and what they did, he told me, he said, there's a big hole in your attic. So again, this is the third time I got confirmation that there was a hole in the attic, and it's big. I haven't seen it myself, but there's definitely like an access hole up there. I haven't seen it, but I can feel it. We have to pump up the air extra high. I have to keep my door open. It's kind of led to the house not being well insulated, so that's a lawsuit. That's a lawsuit. And you know what? I'm a nice person. I wouldn't have even thought about suing them. I would have just chopped it up and said, "Hey, bro, I'm not, I'm a good person. You're a good person. We're good." But the way they the way they treated me, oh no, you're gonna pay me for those extra bills, because my light bill and my gas bill has been astronomical because of that. Because of that, okay? Of course, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna basically calculate it to where I'm gonna just estimate, how much I feel, and it's not gonna be the whole bill, but it is gonna be a chunk of change that they owe me because of that. Okay, so they come out here and they put like he explained to me that it was like a trap door up there to where it will allow the rodents to go out, but they can't come back in. Right? Let me tell you. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy because guess what? After they did that, the raccoon had children up there. Okay, there was a whole family up there of raccoons. I was scared. I was because raccoons have been known to come through people's ceilings. They have been known to attack people. Luckily, by the grace of my spirits, that never happened. I'm sitting here one day, like the next day after he set the trap to let it out. Because, of course, a raccoon, if it has a family of babies, what the raccoon is going to do is they're going to go out and they're going to come back in with food for their babies. Guys, it was so heartbreaking. It was a week of the raccoon mama banging on the side of the house, wherever it is, trying to get back in here to her babies. I'm sure that the little raccoon babies died. So that was really emotional because you could tell that that was what was going on because that thing was banging on that thing so hard. Like, because raccoons are very, very vicious. Them are some aggressive ass animals. And I didn't really have a, I don't hate the raccoons. Raccoons are actually a protected species. Like, you're not supposed to just harm them, I think. And I love them. I love all of nature, but I just don't want them living in my attic. So it's a whole year of that. Guess what? There would be times I would be kept up all night. There would be times I would wake up and it would be banging every damn time. I'm gonna tell you something, for a whole year. If you have a raccoon, and nobody should have a raccoon in their attic for a whole year. Nobody. They allowed, the owners of my house allowed the raccoon to stay here for a year. They kept switching management companies. Do you know how it feels to have a raccoon in the attic, and every time you cook something, the raccoon starts banging on the ceiling? I couldn't even come upstairs in my bedroom and eat a sandwich. You could tell that the raccoon could smell all of the food that I was eating. Okay, I do eat up in my bedroom. Okay, I will admit to that. Some people don't do that. Some people are very disciplined. I eat up in my bedroom. Okay, the damn raccoon. Every time I would eat, I would have some, like a sandwich and some chips and a pickle. The raccoon would come right above my head and start banging on the damn ceiling. Like, give me something to eat. The damn thing, I'm like, well, ain't you, can't you go out there and get you some food? No, if a raccoon smells food, they're going to go for it. So that right there. And so, listen, uh, so their asinine ass attorney, which I'm going to sue her too. Probably. Okay, she's gonna end up getting in trouble, at least by the bar. Uh, it's just like, well, why didn't you move? These people are very narcissistic. It was during the pandemic. It was pretty much a very scary time in history. I pretty much just kind of wanted to stay where I was at. But now I'm seeing that I shouldn't have did that. You know what I should have did? I should have took advantage of that eviction moratorium, withheld my rent, and got the hell out of here then. Because they couldn't evict me. They couldn't evict me then. I'm sure it was a lot of people that did that. You know what? I'm not that type of person. I stayed here and paid my rent. Fast forward to now. Fast forward to last year. I get yet another email, a fourth email. Hey, we're managing the property now, da 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 da, and we just wanted to introduce ourselves. And I'm like, it seemed like every single time I would report something, because I'll be like, oh, okay, good. I got this issue, that issue, this issue. It seemed like this last management company, when I reported it to them, it seemed like every time I would report something, they would throw a curse at me. So I do believe that the newest landlords are practicing brujeria. That's why I got Saint Michael over here. Sure enough. And I'm not talking about a man, because people would be like, you got your man over there? It's a man. No, Saint Michael. Because I believe that, because it was like they didn't want to be bothered. Okay. Now, those tree limbs needed to be trimmed for 3 years, guys. They had 3 years. Finally, the tree limbs that would fall off of the trees and hit the house finally damaged the roof. Finally, after 3 years, after me protecting the house, doing extra work to protect the landlord. Like if that, like I already know that I'm gonna, hey, if they mess with me some more, mess with me some more. Oh, I got horror stories. I'm talking about it too, because I'm sorry, this is ridiculous. Okay. Dealing with them took everything out of me. Dealing with this house and dealing with them not taking care of it properly and just bad energy. Just sure, sure. I'll take some coffee. Just bad energy, period, right? So after this last one took over, okay, I'm paying my rent. I'm doing okay. My finances began to slip because of the damn raccoon. Luckily, I was at home all day, every day. They can't say, oh, well, you should have just had a job or something. Well, I would have been working from home anyway. But if a raccoon knows that nobody's at home, they're going to eat through that floor. There would be times that raccoon would literally, it was almost like it sounded like a human. It seemed like it would be stomping on the damn wall trying to get through here. And I would go, hey, I would talk to the raccoon. I would go, hey, I would take the broom and beat on the ceiling, and it would scurry away. Oh, so fast forward to, and my spirits is like, it's time for you to move. It is. I know you love this house. We love this house too. But Jamila, it's time for you to move. My spirits have just been like, So let me just tell y'all about the new landlord. I gotta talk to y'all about this. So last year my rent was like what 13.75. When I first moved in here, it was 11 something, which would have been fair to me. It was doable. It was like 11 something when I first moved in. My original lease, it did get raised to 13.75, which was still very reasonable. That was last year. My rent was 13.75. Okay, everything was fine. I reported, I feel this tremendous amount of negativity. Like, it seemed like something was going on, almost like they didn't want me, or either they couldn't afford to do it. I don't know what the deal was, but it was really weird. And so everything was fine until about March. I go and I look at my account, and there's like a $400 charge on there or something like that. And it was for trash and sewer. Now, keep in mind, we don't pay trash and sewer around here. Your trash bill and your sewer bill is on your tax bill. There's no sewer because we're on a septic system over here. So there's no sewer bill. Okay, these are things that anybody with a little bit of intelligence can call and find out. I argue with him a little bit. I'm like, hey, bro. I'm like, and see, that's harassment. Sis, is that not harassment? Oh, I've got all of the emails, trust me. I'm like, dude, so he was trying to say it was for sewer, so he lied. There was no sewer. So he said, oh, okay, well, I'll take some of it off, and you just pay for the trash amount. I said, show me where you show me some kind of bill. He was like, well, we got a bill and da 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 da. You know what he sends me? He sends me his tax bill. I said, since when, as the tenant, am I responsible for the taxes in this house? I was livid. All of a sudden, I'm already trying to get back up on my feet, because of life and COVID and all of that. He sends me this crap. And so I go ahead and I pay it. Next thing I know, he's sending me a lease renewal, informing me that he's raising my rent up to 1975. Now, I'm like, what in the hell? Right? So when I complained about it, he said, well, I checked with them and they said they'll renew your lease at 1830. I'm like, well, is there any way I can go month to month? because I ain't trying to be in no year lease for 1830 per month. And also with them not taking care of the property, because keep in mind that I now have a friggin' roof leak. For some reason, these bomb ass slumlords, whenever you report to them that you have a roof leak, all of a sudden they want you gone. Totally bad communication, asinine lawyers. At the same time, I'm sitting up here, so I'm dealing. First of all, when the issue first came up, okay, when the issue first came up with the raccoon, they never even offered me any accommodation, never offered me anything. I mean, I already had, like, I think my second month's rent was free. And that was what I had signed up for. And then I think my 13th month of rent was free. Um, Not when the new management company started taking over. There was nothing there was no kind of concession or anything. Um, and so now that the roof is leaking, it was, you know how long ago I reported that the roof was leaking, guys? Almost 2 months ago. Almost 2 months ago is when I reported the roof leak. It was just last month that they finally sent somebody out here to trim the trees. In the meantime, me and the landlord have a dispute, straight up and down. So that's why I don't have time to be arguing with nobody about no bullshit. Okay. And I'm not going to do it. And my spirits are not going to do it because my spirits are pissed. My spirits feel used. My spirits feel abused. And they don't like that because that's not right for you to do people like that. In June, they passed a law on landlords in Georgia to where if they do what my landlord did, they can end up in prison. I have yet to call city codes. I'm going to call them tomorrow if these people don't make good on what they did. I feel like this. I feel like I should have like 6 months rent free. And if they don't give it to me, I'm going to sue them for it. And they really be thinking that they going to get away with some stuff. So I've been dealing with that, guys. And you know what? With the holidays coming up, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna really, really try to do like a focused reading with my spirit guides and ask them, because you know, very, very asinine. I can't really discuss the other stuff that I could discuss, but I'm gonna brief y'all a little bit later on the other stuff. But right now, I don't care about arguing with nobody on here. What I am focused on. So it's still kind of up in the air as far as exactly when, because what I want to do is just go ahead and pack up everything as soon as I can. I'm gonna pack up everything and just move as soon as I can. You know what? It's very disturbing because I was looking up a bunch of stuff, landlord tenant, and just looking at landlords making comments on videos. And I don't know if these are actual landlords or trolls, but it turns into like this Game of Thrones to where they all of a sudden they want to ruin your life, they want to ruin your credit. And this is the reason why a lot of renters get stuck and have their lives ruined. I'm not going to let that happen to me. I will take it all the way up to the freaking Supreme Court and have them their license that they're operating under destroyed. I am not playing with these people, and I do not care, and no, I am not intimidated by anybody. Somebody living in a property and they pay all that money, first of all, we already know as renters we're throwing away our money. But then for you to do that, like I did better, just you know, absolutely the gall, absolutely the gall. And the where things went bad was when they let that raccoon stay up in the attic for over a year. There's still things moving around in the attic. So there's also a hole next to the fireplace where the rodents somehow they're crawling into there, and they've got like all these little access holes throughout the house. So I'm gonna be moving. Okay. A lot of you guys, your workings that you order, it doesn't matter, honestly, they're either going to be done here or at my new place, but obviously I can't stop business. Like if I were not to run my business, I would not have money to move and to pay rent and to pay bills. So, I really honestly, for those of you that are clients, I really need for y'all to stay focused. This is not a time for people with their silly little games on here, playing silly little childish games. You know, um, my goal is to go ahead and buy a house. Sadly, and it depends on what happens in court because I did sue them in the Supreme Court. Okay. What's gonna happen is I can't even remember what the hell I was getting ready to say. All I know is that I don't have time to be playing silly little games with people on the internet. That's what I wanted to say. What I would like to do, and I told my spirit guides that I said I'd like to go ahead and pack up and move before the holidays. Like next week. I got a lot of packing to do, and I'm going to start getting that done next week. Your rituals can still be done. Please don't be thinking stuff like, oh, well, if she does my ritual in that house, that's like the house of horrors, the evil house. No, this house is beautiful. This house deserves somebody that loves it and cares about it. My main thing is that I love this house, and I'm so hurt. I'm so hurt that these people won't take care of it. It's out of my hands. I can't go pay a roofer to fix the roof. And it's unbelievable. There's other things that I could say. I had to clean the walls. The walls need to be painted in my bedroom specifically because one of the windows kind of came down a little bit. And in Georgia, there's pollen. Like there's like pollen. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I've got to stay focused on work. I have adult things going on. Things are going to get better. Obviously, it's going to be better once I move, but I don't. Honestly, I don't want to have to move. This house means a lot to me. I love this home, and it just breaks my goddamn heart that they won't take care of it. It does. Hey, Jen. It breaks my fucking heart, man. This house does not deserve that shit. I am a good tenant. Okay. I and I've been so preoccupied and busy, and it's just this particular landowner, I know there's two sides to every story, but you know what? That's no excuse for you to leave a raccoon in the attic for a year. I mean, I'm pretty sure that raccoon had several sets of children. It was like children. After a while, I became friends with the raccoon. Those were my godchildren. I made a deal with the raccoon. I said, well, I guess we stuck together, so just don't come through the roof, through the ceiling on me and try to bite me. And what pisses me off is that I could have moved a long time ago and everything would have been so much better. But being that I am a stable person, my landlord is the one that's unstable. I'm a stable person. I've been here for 3 years, almost 4 years. In March, it'll be almost 4 years. So, guys, we're Divine Services is changing locations. Not that my new location will be out in the public. I need for people online to. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, but Jen, oh my God, sis. And you can tell that they probably been eating the insulation and stuff. It's awful. It's her. They're gone now. They're gone now, Jen. They've been gone. The raccoons have been gone, even though there's still stuff that can come into the attic. Sometimes I hear birds up there. It's just a whole wildlife thing up there. And over here in Georgia, they passed a law that is going to put a lot of landlords in prison. It was actually a law that was just passed in June of 2023. I wish that they would sell the house to me. I'll buy it. I would love to buy this home. I would keep this house. This house is very special to me, man, And even though I mean, I'm 46. I don't necessarily have a growing family. So, because I don't plan on having any more children. But, I have outgrown it, but I still think that, it really, really, really is very upsetting. And I feel like whenever I look at my house, it's just like, don't abandon me. Somebody need, because houses have souls, that. And whenever you have like a landlord, like I actually used to be in real estate. I used to be a licensed realtor. I never really did much with it because of the black men in my life. Yeah, I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, uh, but I am a lover of homes. I've always had a thing about houses and architecture and stuff like that. And for them to just let this house go down the way that they have, and for you to just refuse to, like, for example, the roof leak. They had some guy come by here. I don't know if they could have just had anybody go come by here and try to, he didn't really break it down to me, as far as like, I don't even remember because I've been dealing with so much other stuff from these slumlords. Tell you one thing, they're not going to ruin my credit, and they're getting sued. That's the one thing I can tell you, because and you know what, everything is well documented. It is okay. So at this point, what I would like to do, what I was talking to my spirits about, was being moved somewhere else by Halloween. Even though I would love to be in this house on Halloween, this house is so amazing around Halloween. Even though we don't have a lot of trick-or-treaters, it's just the whole aesthetic and the energy in this house. And this landlord is just totally like gutting this house, just gutting it, and just money, money, money. And I'm pretty sure that they probably spend all their money on cars and shit like that. Be responsible. And I've seen some of these slumlords in social media. They talk about them a lot on TikTok, and they've been exposed for not taking care of their properties, but then coming online and saying, "Oh, look, I've got 5 cars. I'm a real estate investor, and I'm this and that, and I'm Mr. Big Shot." We can't sit up here and say, well, every landlord should have to go to school to be a landlord, because there are some good landlords out there. You can have a very positive experience with some good landlords. I had a couple. When I was in Kansas, 2 out of 3 of the landlords were good. All 3 of them were amazing. But then the very first place that I lived in, y'all remember the one on Sweetgrass? I don't know if y'all remember that. If you've been watching me that long, you know what I'm talking about. Just very nice people. I had a housing voucher back then, and they had contacted the landlord. Now, do I believe that anybody online has contacted this landlord? I don't give a shit. That's no excuse. But I knew for a fact that they had contacted her, um, and she just started neglecting the property. You can't use that as a fucking excuse. In fact, I'm gonna tell y'all something straight up and down. Anybody that I work with, my landlords, my banks, anybody that I talk to on the phone, anybody that is tied in with my business or my personal, I have Archangel Michael covering them. There is no friggin' excuse. Oh, you were so sweet, Jen. Thank you. Girl, you know what? I'ma barely get up out of here in one piece, let alone come all the way down there to Boston. But that would be nice. That would, because I know me and you would hang out so much, Jen. Oh, goodness gracious, girl. I'm not like a nomad type of person. Like, I know it seems like that. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like, just going from place to place. I actually don't like that. I did need to get away from certain energies and stuff, and it just, when I moved to Kansas, I felt like it wasn't quite far enough away. uh, Very, very, very disappointed. I'm gonna have my day in court though, and I'm gonna be heard in court. And this way they don't just ruin my freaking life, man. Don't let these landlords bully you, because some of them are very demonic. And that's how I see them, as just very demonic and evil. So obviously I'm running specials. I can't run specials too much. That's why I'm offering new rituals and stuff. And I'm gonna see when my stuff is gonna get here, because I have to run my business so that I can get up out of here. Now I am gonna have money coming in probably November, December. I can't wait that long. This house makes me feel so warm. and welcome. But with what's going on, it's like it's over your head. So what I've been doing is burning stuff outside. Like I've been burning my herbs and burning my copal resin outside because these people freaking suck and I freaking can't stand them. They don't deserve to own this house. They got me paying taxes and stuff. I'm like, you sent me a freaking tax bill? Are you serious? It's just very upsetting, man. Like, and I feel like this is my house. But doing the best thing for my family is where it's at. Doing the best thing for my family. So, and I know that once we get in a new place, we'll be fine. Especially, I just have to find a good landlord, even though I was supposed to be going from this property into buying a house. Guess what? That's postponed because of them. And I could go and maybe find a short term lease somewhere, you know what I'm saying, is what I'm kind of thinking about doing. I don't know. I hate them. I really hate them. The fact that they would try to ruin somebody's dream of being a homeowner because they're freaking slumlords and they own all these properties and they're just like shitting and pissing things away. And trust me, I have all the evidence that I need. The management company that I'm dealing with, I'm not going to say their name, obviously, because I don't want trolls to be calling them. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't none of the trolls on my side. But they have very bad reviews with the Better Business Bureau. And I can't really go into detail about it, but yeah. And you know what? I do want you guys' prayers, that you know what? No, you know what? I got it covered. St. Michael has it covered. But if you're a landlord listening to this in the Georgia area and you're somewhere in this vicinity near this county and you have a house for rent, get at me because I am a very stable tenant. It's just that like people are so unempathetic. It's like, oh, a raccoon in the attic. Y'all, so y'all know how my ceiling slopes in my bedroom. Hold on, let me show y'all. Let me change my camera over. Y'all know how the ceiling slopes, right? And I actually like that. It's almost like, I was gonna move my bed over here and have like the slope ceiling on the bed and stuff, and like, so I don't necessarily mind that. Some people wouldn't like it because it's very old stuff. So you see how it slopes like that? Okay, the ceiling. Okay, that raccoon would slide up and down. It would slide down there and scurry back up and slide down there and scurry back up and slide. This is what the hell I had to deal with when I was trying to sleep at night. It would just be sliding up. I'm like, would you go to bed? I said, if you're going to be living here, go to bed. I would tell the raccoon to go to bed. And sometimes the damn thing would listen. So, you guys, when you get rituals, you are going to be helping me pay for me to move. And so what I'm looking for is either a 3 bedroom with like a den or either a finished basement or either a 4 bedroom to where I can use one of the bedrooms as as my witchy room, where I do my spiritual. Ah! Did that really just happen? Yeah, spirit is really just like, this place needs something. So yeah, that's pretty much what the what's up is. We are very quiet tenants. In fact, you know what I kind of started to feel like one EQ and Jen, I started to feel like the landlord kind of joined into the stalking or something. In which everybody that stalked me or whatever, they got karma coming for them. I don't give a damn what you say, weirdos. Just weirdness. You know what I'm saying? I can't stand no weirdness. Y'all know I can't stand that. So, that's what I'm focused on. No, I do not have time to sit up here and argue with people online. No, I don't. And I don't care about what they're talking about. What they're saying does not matter to me. Okay, what they're saying does not matter to me. I'm getting some moving boxes tomorrow, but I'm gonna have everything packed up except for my spiritual stuff. I'll have everything packed because I know how to pack real quick. I know how to pack real quick, so I'm gonna get everything packed the hell up because and just have it ready for when we're ready to move. But until then, um I can still do you guys' rituals and stuff, so don't worry about that. You know what I'm saying? And don't wait. If you guys are getting rituals, we got a lot of different things coming up. We got the solar eclipse coming up next week. We have a lot going on. We got Friday the 13th coming up. The solar eclipse is on a Saturday of next week. We've got Halloween coming up, or Samhain. And the house is good. This house is good. This house is wonderful. There's nothing wrong with the house. The house is not cursed. There's nothing wrong with this house. It's just that the owners don't take care of it. That's the problem. They don't take care of it, you know, and they're the kind of people that they just want to collect their rent and not fix nothing. And that's what I started to figure out. And you can't just be a landlord and operate that way, because obviously with a friggin' raccoon in the attic, obviously that's going to affect your tenant negatively. So I do have a lawsuit. I could sue them for a lot of money. See, I'm not going to sue somebody in social media. A person in social media really has no power over me. The person and the people that would have power, that I would have to actually deal with. And if I were to sit here and go, oh, I'm not going to say nothing, I'm not going to say nothing for what? There's nothing illegal going on over here. There's nothing that I've done. I haven't done anything wrong. So what do I have to be afraid about? They're the ones that's operating illegally, because you can't just do that. I mean, for you to not even have the courtesy to send some roofing people out here, and yeah, and it's crazy. And then their evil attorney gonna sit up there and go, well, why, what are you gonna move? Because it's like, lady, cut me my check. Cut me my check. You know how expensive it is to move? These people are delusional. It's expensive to move. Gotta pay movers. I don't just move and have, the last couple of times that I have moved, I've had movers. I don't move like that. And they will try to treat you like you're a second class citizen. I don't know if that has anything to do with what? I don't know if that has anything to do with me being black. I hope not. I don't know if it has anything to do with me being a witch. I hope not. But I just think it was weird, and for them to, come back at me in that way post pandemic, and then to just be so damn asinine about the situation was absolutely disgusting. I'm disgusted with their behavior. I'm disgusted by the way that they've been acting. Okay, so what I'm doing is the group, you guys' workings is being done. Hey, Jacob, come and get her. Lena has been up underneath me so much. Why are you, what do you want? I don't want you sneezing in my coffee. Stop. You always want to go and put your nose in everything. Sit down. Just sit down right here, baby. Sit down. No, I don't want to cuddle right now. I'm busy. I don't have time to cuddle with you at the moment. So, and I think that that a big nail in the coffin or either a slap in the face was raising up the rent to like 1,800. Like I'm like, y'all, like I'm suing them for that too. I'll sue you for all of it. I'll sue you for all of it for the inconvenience. You damn right. What you think I'm stupid? You think I'm stupid? You think that I'm gonna sit up here and just take this crap and just be taken advantage of like that? Are you insane? And they're criminals. I feel that they're criminals. Slumlords are actually criminals, just to let y'all know. And I hate that. And it just is one of those things to where we have to raise the standards we do on these landlords. We really, really do. Then want to act like, oh, well, you don't pay your rent. How the hell I'm gonna be here for 4 years almost if I don't pay my rent? You got me fucked up. And what I will tell you is that every tenant, and I don't normally do this. I do not normally. I don't think tenants even start doing that until they realize that the landlord is just a piece of crap scum. You have every right as a tenant to say, hey, you know what? There's a now. First of all, there was a raccoon in the attic for over a year. I never stopped paying my rent. I paid you your rent, okay? And okay, there we go. I had to charge up my phone. So I will feel so much better once we are moved out. I know I'm going to cry. I know I am going to cry when I leave my house because I do have an attachment to the house itself. But I was planning on moving on anyway. So, but like I just like I said, it's disgusting. And so you're just so you're just gonna treat me like crap. Like you're gonna sit up here because a good management company, if you report to them and you say, hey, there's a raccoon in my attic, they're gonna say, okay, let me move you to a different spot. And you know what pisses me off is that in some of the courtrooms, and I don't think that this goes down in because there's going to be two separate lawsuits that I'm going to be filing. There's two separate courts because one of them is going to be my Supreme Court. If it depends on what they do, how far they inconvenience me. Because I personally feel like they need to be kissing my butt because I will sue you after everything that I let you put me through. Are you kidding me? You're not supposed to have that going on in your property. And what did I put the raccoon up there? When I had a pet raccoon, I decided to go out in the woods and find raccoons to bring into the house. Oh, am I nasty? Am I dirty? Do I keep my house dirty? And that's why raccoons were in the house, really? So y'all, I am just like, oh my God. And I know that other landlords will listen and say, I don't want her as a tenant because she's gonna be honestly, man, the first two management companies were a dream. They were just so nice and I worked well with them and The rent was paid on time and everything, and it was wonderful, and and I'm saying it right now, these people are not going to ruin my life and ruin my credit. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's some kind of weirdness. I don't like weirdness. I'm not for the weirdness. Here's another thing. When you are in social media, you have to be careful too, because people will find out about your social media. They'll look you up and they'll find you. And if they have an issue with anything that you've said, or if they form an opinion of you or something like that, you still need to stick to being professional. And I don't know if they thought I was stupid or if they thought I was crazy, but I'm not, because I'll sue them for 1 million. I'll ask the courts for $1 million. I want 1 million right now. Give it to me. And I'm pretty sure that they don't have it, or if they do have it, they don't want to spend it. Because if you are a property management company, which you got $1 million, I do have a lawsuit against you. So I don't want potential landlords to be afraid of me, because they shouldn't be, because I bless everybody in my life. I just give them blessings and everything, and it was so blissful at first. It really was. It had nothing to do with nobody online. Okay, they're not responsible for that. It's that landlord, because there's no way I wouldn't give a damn. You think that, do y'all think that when I'm doing spiritual work for y'all, I'm gonna sit up here and say, oh, it was the people online, the TV people? No, Jamila's gonna do my goddamn job. Because I've been dealing with trolls in social media for years. That don't stop me from doing my work for y'all. And it ain't stopped me. Y'all see, I still upload my readings and I still upload my spells. So I don't even want to hear it. You have no excuse for what you've done. So I'm letting you guys know right now that I am focused on that. And right now, more than anything, it's important that if you're going to support my business, that you go ahead and do it. Because if you're waiting on somebody to come and tell the truth or some kind of something, it's not. I have to have my clients that come to me to pay me. I can't be wrapped up in social media BS. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I can tell you that right now. And my spirits is, they are really, 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 like, they are on a rampage right now. And yes, my spirits are protective of me. If they were not, they would have never kept us in that hotel for 5 months in 2019, and they wouldn't have damn sure kept us in here. So my spirits are gonna take care of me. I know a lot of these people would like to think, oh, well, you're just this and that, and nobody cares about you. Okay. Okay, well, when you get St. Michael knocking at your front door, you're gonna realize. Or either a pissed off Lilith. Because a lot of my spirits, they manifest themselves all the time, and they don't do me dirty. They love me. They understand me, they know me. Okay. So I think what I want to focus on, like, just for like light work, would be you guys' money unblockers if you need them, cleanses, and core cuttings. And I always send you guys a picture of your work and stuff, and it's different pictures. You'll see, like, it'll have, I send pictures of your petition so that you can know that your petition's been written out correctly, and that it has, that it's sufficient, or it's efficient, not sufficient, efficient, effective. Okay. And, I do a lot of good quality work, even during the raccoon apocalypse. I still was doing quality work for my clients. I'm very adaptable, but I shouldn't have had to adapt it to that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let me tell y'all something. I raised 4 kids. There are times when I'll be up here meditating, and in one ear I can hear Jacob down there, and I can still do my work even with kids, So I've raised kids and had to focus. So, I never allowed that to mess up my focus. But, I'm just saying this right here. I realize that there's some people out there that, they want to try to stop my money. I wouldn't suggest that you do that. I'll throw my cards and see if it's anybody out there that's like playing around with magic to try to mess with my money. Let me see. Is it? Show me, is it yes or no? Because I ain't playing that mess. Like, not right now. We're not playing that. Mm-hmm. It is. Who? Show me who. Show me who. Mm. 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 Oh, Lord have mercy. Mm-mm-mm. Thank you, Spirit. So, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about that. You can decide if you want to mess with me right now while I'm dealing with this right now. I wouldn't, because I'm working with every single spirit that I have, from the top of the from the top to the bottom, and everything in between and in the middle. And I do have some connection with the jinn too. I know that for a fact. So, me and my children, we haven't deserved the god dang, I don't know who told somebody that it was a good idea to mess with a mother and her children. That's pretty disgusting. My spirits just might put you in jail just to get rid of you for a little while. They might just throw you in jail. And if it ain't a physical jail, it's gonna be a spiritual jail. Okay, so that's just what that is. Okay. So anyway, guys, what time is it? It's 1:36. Oh, it's gonna take a minute. I'm waiting on my alfalfa to get here, guys. Oh my God. I have been missing alfalfa for years. People don't realize how powerful alfalfa is. And so I've got some on the way. And but I'm gonna do that cord cutting ritual real quick. I have to do a cord cutting ritual to advertise what my cord cuttings look like, and I need to do one anyway. So I am going to do that in just a few minutes here. But I've got all of my stuff that I need to, do that money unblocking thing. I got some orchids, some bamboo, potpourri packets, white rose, lemongrass, and ginger. So I have all that stuff ready for that, except for the alfalfa. I got coconut and citrus, little sachet packets that I got. Those are really, really good. I should do a haul. So, and I'm not taking no prisoners, just to let people know. I'm not trying to be intimidating. I'm not that type of person, but I'm just I got some Palo Santo fragrance sachets. So I'm gonna have this. Boy, this stuff gonna last me for a while. They give you 2 packets in one. Mm-mm-mm. Smells so good. Hmm. So I got all of that stuff ready, and I'm gonna get that done or whatever, whatever. You know. But yeah, when you do that kind of thing to a tenant, and then all of a sudden, I feel like they are irresponsible. Oh, and they had some orange and green 7-day candles at Dollar Tree, which was very, very lucky. They had orange and green because normally they run out of stuff like that real quick. So, yeah. So, that is pretty much what is up with that. And let me take these. I'm gonna take these out of. I gotta organize this stuff and put it in there. So I do need a bigger house, and that's exactly what I'm gonna get is a bigger house. Okay, because my landlord tried to lower my value. Is basically what they were trying to do, and I'm like, "Are you a stalker? Like, what? Like, ew." Mm-hmm. So anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go. Girl, yeah, I thought about doing a haul, and I actually do have time to do it because I already pulled all my herbs out that I want to use for the money ritual that I'm doing. I already got that stuff pulled out, so I could do a quick haul, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I don't think it's anything wrong with hauls. I actually like hauls videos. It's nothing like bad about that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make you not a real witch just because you do haul videos. It's just something fun to do. And I think that there's a lot of people that really are trying to take all of the fun out of being a witch, and it sucks. I feel like it's an attack. It's an attack on our spirit. It's attack on everything, and it freaking sucks. And I'm not going to be discriminated against. And I will hire an attorney later to handle the lawsuit. And that's that like what irritates me is when you got a whole bunch of people throwing stuff at one person. That's why I really honestly think that movie was literally what's the name of that movie with Neo, The Matrix. I feel like it literally describes when you are it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. you know it doesn't and it sucks. It really does. And especially when people don't want to take responsibility and they want to play victim. That's exactly what my landlord is doing, is playing victim. That's exactly what they're doing. And they don't care about the well-being of their clients. And I just I'll run their business. I will run your company into the friggin' ground. Don't play with me. After everything they have done. And if you think I can't do it, that's on you. Cause they done already tried me enough. And I'm like, God, like this is disgusting and ghetto and trifling. And I will take it all the way up to the Supreme Court. And you wonder how us women and children slip through the goddamn cracks. How does that happen? Being neglected, negligent. Negligence is what you have done. And what you expect me to be nice about it? Oh, I'm just gonna be a neglectful slumlord and just go, hey, I'm the king of the world. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. This is what's not gonna happen. And at Atlanta, Georgia, like just the whole Georgia area, it's kind of set up to only benefit very famous people with a lot of money. But y'all got to consider the people, the little people that live here too. Oh, my God. In fact, we're the ones that matter. We're the ones paying the taxes and paving the sidewalks. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, sis, if you're a landlord and you neglect your property, you're neglecting the tenant. Duh. It'd be different if it was a wobbly thing on the stove or something, and my dishwasher, like the little racket, the top rack, if I pull it out too far, it'll kind of fall to the side, and I have to like jimmy whack the thing back on there. That's small stuff. A raccoon in the attic is a major issue. That's a major issue. And yes, they do have corrupt people sitting up there just like, oh, I can't get like, oh my God. Oh my God. It's like, hell no. And and I already got a lawsuit anyway. I have a very sizable lawsuit against them. Very sizable. Okay. Just because of the experience with the raccoon in the attic, now there is obvious, probably mold, probably mold, while they sit around and, look at people like, oh, since when do you deserve anything better? Oh, okay, I'm gonna tell you what. I tell you what. And see, that's not me being entitled. Are you freaking kidding me? Then they'll say, yeah, you are entitled to if you're paying rent every month, and I've been paying rent every month. My spirits is like, my spirits is like middle finger to you. You gonna sit up there and degrade somebody like that and play around with people's health and play around with people's well-being and play around with people? That's what I'm saying. Everybody playing. No excuse for it at all. I can guarantee you, if you go and you look at the lifestyle of the owners of this house compared to mine, you would say, "Oh yeah, that's somebody that's a wealthy asshole." You're still a bum, no matter how much money you have. For you to have properties where you are sucking your tenants dry, you are a bum. You're sucking your tenants dry. You're not taking care of the property. You're a bum. Straight up and down. You're just a bum. I'm proud of Georgia and the lawmakers around here. Look it up. It was just a law that was just passed just this year. You know why? Because too many people have been complaining about slumlords. And so I like the fact that the lawmakers are making the law. Let's actually enforce the law so that people can live healthier and be better. And of course, as a consumer, it's our job to care about ourselves and say, wait a minute, is there some reason why I don't deserve better than that? Is there some reason? And I'll perform miracles, trust me. I've kept our lungs cleared. I've kept my family healthy during a pandemic. There's no way any tenant should be living with a freaking raccoon and a hole in their roof during a freaking pandemic the way that it was. I kept our immune systems strong, made sure of it, made damn sure of it. Kept garlic in my house. I always keep garlic in the house anyway. I'm a garlic person. I love eating garlic. you know. Oh, and let me tell you. Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any residual health effects, though. But I think that the fact that there was a risk, is enough. Didn't want to sit up there and what did you assume that my self esteem was low, hun? Right. Sure it is. Probably assumed that my self esteem was low because I chose to live in this house. You know what? This house is better than you. I tell you that. It is. This house has more character than the owners. While they sit there and go, oh, that house on Cumberland, we don't care about them. That house is so old and it's a beautiful home. I wish I could buy it. I would buy it. I would renovate it. I would take much better care of it than they do. Very upsetting when a house that you love. I think that's the main aspect about it. But of course, I got to make sure me and my children are safe because oh my God, they were trying to, oh my God. I'll get into more detail later on, y'all. Trust me, I'll get into way more detail later on. Right now, what I'm going to do is focus on getting this work done and then packing up and moving it on up out of here. Okay. You know, it's a house. I guess it's an inanimate object to them, but I am one of those type of people that feels that everything has energy. What do they call that? An animist or something? Is that called an animist? Where you feel like everything has an energy and a vibration. And this house is so sweet, deserves much better owners than what they have here. Okay. So all right, y'all. I will see y'all later. I spilled a little bit of salt on the floor. I gotta get this up. I gotta vacuum now. and and I am gonna get ready to this core cutting ritual. So I'll see y'all later. Okay. If you guys want work done, let's get it in now. You can visit my website, and I will be seeing y'all a little later. Okay. All right. I appreciate whoever you guys are that are supporting me and my babies. Because the one thing I can tell you is that, there has been some kind of initiative to just, kind of sacrifice me and my babies, and we are going to survive this. Nobody is going to hurt us. Nobody's going to hurt me and my babies. Okay, I can guarantee you that. I'm tired of them making it all like a big scary movie or something. I'm so tired of crazy people. I could talk for hours, y'all. I'm gonna sit here and get this salt done though, and plenty of camphor and eucalyptus. It's been, I'm pretty sure that, we the just to let you guys know and reassure you guys that it's mainly mental anguish. We haven't gotten sick like that. I've had COVID a few times. I've honestly have had COVID, so I know that it's real. But we um haven't gotten sick, to that point to where, you know what I'm saying? And thank the gods that we haven't, and we won't, because the roof just started leaking 2 months ago. Okay, and time is ticking. And oh, here's one other thing I want to say. They try to talk to you like you're stupid. First of all, they want to talk about their rent. Hey, bro, listen. You're supposed to have insurance on your home. If something goes wrong with your roof, you're supposed to have insurance that comes out and fix that and covers that. Okay. So I don't even want to hear the excuses. Okay, has been literally letting us sit here with a leaky roof. And you know what I noticed is that it hasn't really rained much in Georgia since then either. So I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse. I know that none of it is my fault. And I'll never, ever, ever look at it like that. Narcissistic, evil, diabolical people always want to make it seem like it's your fault. Wow. Like I'm the actual official owner of this house. Yeah. There's one thing that I can tell you, one thing that I wouldn't sit up there and let the house go like that. If I was the owner, it would be kosher. Mm-mm-mm. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Blessings. Bye.